It's a great rivalry because we played a lot of times and in a lot of very important matches for our careers. That's why this is the rivalry, you know. And it was a good rivalry because it was always number one against number two against number one. And our relationship always was the right one. No? So I think what make the rivalry big is this kind of matches happened already for 7 years, and that's what makes our match like a classic match. No?
Shortly afterwards, Nadal replaced Federer as world number one in the ATP rankings for the first time. But there was no resting on his laurels. A few months later, he was heading for Beijing as part of the Spanish Olympic team. In another memorable match, he defeated Novak Djokovic in the semi-finals. Before claiming gold for Spain with victory over Fernando González in the final.
The experience was unbelievable. Being in the village with the rest of the guys was something that impossible to forget. No? Because when you are in the Olympic village, you really see what's the sport. Because we are very lucky to have a fantastic tour, like well, the football players too, basketball players too. But there is 100 sports that don't have our facilities. No, so they are practicing 4 years very hard for that moment. No? So that's really unbelievable, and I admire them a lot. So certainly I enjoy it very much. For sure, winning the gold medal was really fantastic for me, win a gold medal for my country, but I can say it was even more fantastic to live. I enjoyed the experience at the village.
2009 saw Rafa with another first as he won the opening major of the year, the Australian Open in Melbourne. Again, it was Roger Federer who stood between the Spaniard and the title, and again Nadal came out on top. He followed this with his second Wimbledon crown in 2010, defeating Thomas Berdych in straight sets.
I think it's much more than even I expected. You know, I think he was going to be a great player. I thought he could win the French Open, maybe fight for being number one, top 10, but not. I never expected him to win twice Wimbledon, twice in the final, win Australia, win 5 Roland Garros, 7 Monte Carlos. That's something that not even he thought he could do that.
In 2010, he became only the second player in history after Andre Agassi to complete the Golden Slam by winning the US Open at Flushing Meadow, to add to his Roland Garros, Wimbledon, Australian Open and Olympic titles. He defeated Serbia's Novak Djokovic in the final, and the Serb has emerged as a serious rival to the Nadal-Federer axis.
He don't have no mistakes on his game, no good serve, positive volley, very good forehand, very good backhand, fantastic movements. He can attack very well, he can defend very well, so he's a really complete guy, you know, very complete player.
In 2010, Nadal claimed revenge over his previous year's conqueror Robin Söderling in the French Open final. There was a 6th title at Roland Garros the following year, underlining how Nadal had made centre court in Paris his own, despite Roger Federer's best efforts. It was the 4th time in a row Nadal had defeated Federer in a major final. He could treasure his 10th Grand Slam title. But it was Djokovic who'd emerged as Nadal's main rival, and the Serb dominated in 2011, beating Nadal at Wimbledon, the US Open, and in another unforgettable match in Melbourne in the first major of 2012.
Djokovic is doing fantastic for the last 4 or 5 years now, and last year was really amazing what he did. So he's one of these players that you saw him in front and the only way to beat him is play fantastic. To play against him always is a big challenge, and I enjoy that.
But whatever challenge is put in Rafa's way, he relishes coming back stronger.
I'm gonna go day by day. I'm happy, more than happy.
From the boy champion,
I win much more than what I dreamed in my tennis career.
to a sporting great.
I want to keep working hard to try to keep having chances to compete against the best players.
This is a supreme athlete with the swashbuckling style.
To try to have chances to keep being on the top and fighting for the important tournaments.
He had won all there is to win in tennis by the age of 24. Rafa Nadal's place amongst the legends of his sport is already guaranteed.